Stop trying to make those old people shift to your vision. Here's the reality that something happens as we get older. We start to learn our limitations. And I was once a young leader who was leading a church that had some seniors and people, 55, 60, 70 and above in the church. And I quickly learned that they were not in a place where they wanted to do the things that I felt like we should do. And it's not because they were against me or my vision, it's just because they were in a different season of life. And here's one of the things that you can learn from athletics. A good coach understands that, yes, I have a system I want to run, but I've got to run what is good for our players and not just what's good for me. Which means that if I want to do a certain things and it's not in the wheelhouse of my players, I've got to figure out how to tailor my strategy to meet the people that I have. And I think in the church, you've got to do the same thing. You've got to figure out, how do you capitalize on what your people do well? Give you a prime example. I was speaking with a pastor last week, and he was frustrated because the church doesn't want to go out and knock on doors, doesn't want to do outreach projects, but they get excited about annual days. They get excited about church anniversary. They get excited about Easter and things of that nature. And so I said to him, I said, hey, instead of trying to make these 60 and 70-year-old people go knock on doors in the summer in the South, I said, instead, have 4 big annual days a year. And your agreement is, if they bring the people, you're going to have a plan for them. So I said, focus on your internal systems, get your assimilation and your discipleship and all those things ready so that when the people come, you can make sure they stay. That's a prime example of not trying to move the people to you, but you moving to the people. You've got to love who you have until God sends who you'll have in the future.